It had been almost 3 years since I last hugged my daughter. 3 years of missed birthdays, missed phone calls, and excuses that always sounded too thin, even to my own ears. I had promised her I would be there last Christmas. But life, work, and my own mistakes had kept me away. This time, I wanted to make it right. So I packed my suitcase quietly, without telling anyone, not even her. I wanted it to be a surprise, the kind of surprise that wipes away the distance, the hurt, the silence. As I boarded the plane, I imagined her face, the way her eyes used to light up when she was little, the way she would run into my arms shouting, "Dad," like the world was finally safe again. That memory alone carried me through the long flight. But deep inside, there was a strange unease, a feeling I couldn't quite name, like the air before a storm. I landed just as the evening sun was sinking. Golden light spilled across the airport windows, and for the first time in years, I felt something I hadn't in a long time. Hope. I texted her, "Landing now. Get ready for the surprise of your life." No reply. I smiled anyway. Maybe she was busy. Maybe she didn't believe it. I rented a car and drove through familiar streets. Every corner carried a memory. The park where she learned to ride her bike. The bakery where we'd buy cupcakes on Saturdays. Everything felt the same, yet different. And then, I reached her street. The first thing I noticed was the mailbox, stuffed, overflowing. Letters, bills, some yellowed from the rain. The second thing, the garden. Weeds everywhere, the flowers dead, the grass long and wild. My daughter had always loved gardening. This wasn't her. And then, the windows. Dark. No lights, no warmth, just silence. I stood there on the sidewalk, suitcase in hand, my heart suddenly heavy. Something was wrong. I knocked on the door, once, twice, 3 times. No answer. I called her name, louder each time, until my voice cracked in the empty street. Still nothing. My hands were trembling as I reached for my phone. I was about to dial her number when suddenly, it rang. But it wasn't her. It was a number I didn't recognize. I answered, and the voice on the other end changed my world forever. The voice on the phone was calm, too calm. "Is this Mr. Raymond Carter?" I froze. It had been years since anyone called me by my full name. "Yes. Who is this?" There was a pause. Then the words I'll never forget. "I think you should sit down. This is Officer Daniels. We found your daughter's number listed as your emergency contact." My blood ran cold. Emergency contact. Those words echoed like a bell inside my head. "What happened? Is she okay? Where is she?" The officer's tone softened, but it didn't make the news easier. "Sir, we need you to come to St. Luke's Hospital. Right now." The drive there was a blur. Red lights, headlights, rain against the windshield. None of it felt real. All I could see was her face. All I could hear was her laugh from years ago. When I finally stumbled into the hospital lobby, my hands were shaking so badly I could barely sign my name. The nurse led me down a long, sterile corridor. Every step echoed like a hammer in my chest. And then, I saw her. She was lying in the bed, pale, fragile, tubes running into her arms, machines beeping steadily. For a moment, I couldn't breathe. My little girl. My Sarah. I rushed to her side. I wanted to hold her hand, to say 1,000 apologies all at once. But then, I noticed something. On the chair beside her bed sat a man. Younger, sharp suit, steady eyes watching me. He didn't look like family, didn't look like a doctor either. He stood as I entered, extending his hand. "Mr. Carter, I'm Agent Walker, FBI." My mind spun. FBI? What on earth was happening? Before I could ask, He leaned closer, voice low and grave. We don't have much time. Your daughter, she's not just sick. She's in danger. And so are you. I stared at him, stunned. Danger? What are you talking about? She's just sick, isn't she? Walker shook his head. This isn't an accident. Someone wanted her silent. Someone who thinks she knows too much. I glanced at Sarah, her weak body, her fragile breathing. My heart broke. Knows too much about what? She's just a girl. Walker interrupted firmly. No, Mr. Carter. She's not just a girl. For the past year, your daughter has been working undercover with us, investigating a network so dangerous. Even mentioning their name puts a target on your back. The room spun. I grabbed the chair for balance. No, that can't be. She's just a college student. She loved painting, gardening. Walker's eyes were full of something I couldn't read. Pity. Or fear. People can live double lives, Mr. Carter. She's stronger than you ever knew. I turned back to Sarah. Her eyelids fluttered. For a moment, I thought she was waking. Her lips moved, just barely. I leaned closer, desperate to hear. Dad. It was faint, like a ghost of her voice. Don't trust anyone. And then her eyes closed again, the machines beeping faster, nurses rushing in. I was shoved back as they worked on her. I stood frozen, her words replaying in my head like a curse. Don't trust anyone, even the FBI agent standing right beside me. That was the moment I realized. Coming back home wasn't a reunion. It was walking straight into a storm. And my daughter was right in the center of it.
The hospital room had turned into chaos. Nurses rushed, machines screamed, and I just stood there, her words pounding in my head. Don't trust anyone. Agent Walker placed a hand on my shoulder. Sir, we need to move. You're not safe here. I pulled away, my eyes never leaving my daughter. I'm not going anywhere until she wakes up. Walker's jaw tightened. Listen to me. If you stay here, she may never wake up at all. They'll come for her and for you. I followed him reluctantly, my heart breaking with every step. We slipped into a quiet corridor, fluorescent lights flickering above us. That's when I noticed something. Walker wasn't leading me toward the exit. He was guiding me, deeper inside the hospital. Where are we going? I asked. No answer, just the sound of his shoes clicking against the tile. Finally, we stopped at a heavy steel door. Walker pulled out a keycard and slid it through. The lock clicked. Inside, a dark room, bare walls, a single table, and on that table, files. Dozens of them. With my daughter's name on every single one. I grabbed one. Shaky hands flipping pages filled with photos, reports, transcripts. My Sarah. Her face in grainy surveillance shots. Her voice in transcripts. Her whole life reduced to evidence. I looked at Walker. What is this? What the hell is all this? He sighed. The truth, Mr. Carter. She was closer to them than anyone realized. She played both sides. And now, both sides want her dead. Liar. She's not part of this. She's just a kid. But even as I said it, I saw something in the files. A photograph. Sarah, shaking hands with a man I recognized all too well. A man who ruined everything for me years ago. My brother. Her uncle. Memories slammed into me like waves. The fights, the silence, the betrayal that tore us apart. And now, he was back. And my daughter had been meeting him in secret. Why? Why would she go to him? Walker's voice cut through my thoughts. She wasn't just investigating him. She was protecting you. She went undercover to stop him, because she knew if you found out, you'd try to take him down yourself, and you'd be dead by now. My knees buckled. I sank into the chair, burying my face in my hands. My daughter, carrying this weight, alone, while I was too blind to see it. But then, the lights in the room flickered, and before Walker could react, the steel door slammed shut, A voice echoed from the shadows. Cold, familiar. "Hello, brother." I froze. The sound of it was like poison in my veins. He stepped out, older, sharper, eyes burning with triumph. My brother, and standing right beside him, my daughter. "Sarah?" She didn't look at me. Her eyes were hard, distant. "Dad, I told you not to trust anyone." In that moment, the truth shattered me. I didn't know if she was protecting me or betraying me. All I knew was this. The girl I once tucked into bed, the girl I thought I'd lost, was someone I no longer recognized. And maybe I never really knew her at all. That was the night my homecoming turned into a nightmare. And it hasn't ended since.